Hey guys, the season 12 finale of The Curse of Oak Island delivered the kind of tantalizing revelations, emotional reflections, and high-stakes drama that have made this series a global phenomenon for over a decade. Episode 25, titled simply Uplifting Discoveries, was more than a capstone to another year of tireless excavation and investigation. It was a potent distillation of Oak Island's mystique, reminding viewers why the 230-year-old mystery continues to captivate hearts and minds. Let's delve into the many layers of this compelling finale, from groundbreaking discoveries to a renewed belief in the legend and an emotional testament to the power of perseverance. The heart of the finale centered around the long-anticipated excavation of the sixth and final caisson of the year, dubbed Toot 1. Affectionately called the One Thing by Rick Lajanina, it reached a staggering 195 feet into the bedrock and penetrated the mysterious solution channel, a natural cavity that may have swallowed not only decades of treasure hunter debris but possibly the original treasure itself. With winter looming, the team raced against time to implement an airlift system, blasting high-pressure air down into the shaft to vacuum up tons of sediment and debris, the hope that centuries-old artifacts or even the elusive treasure would be caught in the net. The airlift functioned well, filling massive containers with material, and as it sputtered, hinting at obstructions and density changes below, excitement surged. The sense of finality and the stakes of the dig permeated the atmosphere. "Today's the day we find Rick's One Thing" became the rallying cry. The recovered debris, once drained and sifted, yielded curious metallic signals. Among the finds, a wooden dowel possibly dating to the 7th century and several small tool fragments including parts of a pickaxe and chisel. Both tools, examined by blacksmithing experts, were potentially 17th century or older, raising the possibility that someone was digging deep in the money pit long before its official 1795 discovery. While the money pit operation was the episode's anchor, Lot 5, a site on the western end of Oak Island, continued to unfold as a treasure trove of mystery. This lot, known for yielding Roman coins, Phoenician trade beads, and a 14th century barter token, once again delivered striking discoveries. Among the standout finds was what appeared to be a coin but was later confirmed by archaeologists to be a silver gilt copper alloy button. Intriguingly, the copper contained extremely high levels of arsenic, a metallurgical signature associated with medieval recycling practices, potentially dating it to pre-750 AD. This artifact, coupled with others like the previously discovered starburst button that may have ties to the Knights of Malta, lent credence to one of the show's most provocative theories, that both the Knights Templar and Knights of Malta may have visited Oak Island, perhaps to bury or protect sacred relics such as the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. The connections to Malta were reinforced when team members visited the country and found architectural and symbolic similarities between Maltese strongholds and Oak Island artifacts. Could Lot 5 have served as a staging ground or ritual site centuries before the money pit was discovered? The swamp, long considered a red herring by skeptics, again emerged as a focal point. This season's work revealed even more man-made features, including cobblestone pathways edged with survey stakes, a possible artificial seawall made of stacked boulders, and a mysterious vault-like brick and slate structure. All were dated to between the 17th and 18th centuries, with some wood stakes carbon dated back to the 1200s. The implications are staggering. The swamp may have been a hub of industrial or ritual activity, perhaps even a highway of movement across the island, connecting the money pit and Lot 5. Dr. Ian Spooner noted that the swamp showed continuous use over centuries and might hold answers yet to be uncovered. As he aptly put it, we're only 30% done understanding the swamp's purpose. One of the most compelling developments came late in the episode, a comprehensive new theory about why the treasure remains unfound despite over 500 boreholes and 27 caissons. The culprit, the solution channel, a cave-like natural void at the bedrock level. As the episode detailed, much of the money pit collapsed debris, including shafts, timbers, and potentially even treasure, may have fallen into this deep, irregular cavity, which can plunge to depths of 230 feet. Only a handful of drillings have ever reached the bottom of this channel. This new understanding gave rise to a dramatic idea for the future, a honeycomb dig, a series of overlapping caissons creating a grid that would finally explore the vast, uncharted pockets of the solution channel. Such an effort would be among the most ambitious ever attempted on the island. As Marty Lajanina candidly admitted, he began this journey solely focused on treasure, but now, driven by the proof and passion around him, he sees it as a worthwhile historic adventure. The emotional climax of the episode occurred in the war room, where the team convened one final time to assess the season's finds and chart a course forward. Rick Lajanina, ever the philosopher, paid tribute to the unity and dedication of the Fellowship of the Dig. His words encapsulated the theme of the entire series, belief. Belief in the island, in its secrets, in each other, and in the dream of solving a puzzle centuries in the making. Even the most skeptical of the group, like Marty and Alex Lajanina, acknowledged a profound shift. What began as a mad mission has evolved into a real pursuit of history, legacy, and truth. Rick's parting words, "Let's solve this thing," hit harder than ever before, because now, after season 12, it feels like they're finally within chew. Though the Oak Island team didn't unearth glittering piles of gold doubloons in this finale, they uncovered something equally valuable: proof. Proof of pre-795 activity, proof of deep underground anomalies, proof of 17th century industrial and possibly religious presence, and above all, proof that the mystery is alive and well. From the airlift in Toot 1 to the ancient buttons of Lot 5 and the hidden vaults of the swamp, the Curse of Oak Island Season 12 finale reaffirmed that Oak Island is far more than legend. It is a riddle etched in earth and stone, and the Fellowship of the Dig is closer than ever to its answer. As the cold winds of Nova Scotia settle over the island, the team departs with more questions and more conviction than ever before. Season 13 beckons, and with it, perhaps the greatest discovery yet. One of the most intriguing revelations in the Season 12 finale of The Curse of Oak Island centered on the discovery of ancient tools recovered from deep within the money pit. Among the artifacts were parts of a chisel and a pickaxe, tools that appear to predate the official discovery of the money pit in 1795. Metallurgical analysis suggested these items could date back to the mid-600s or even earlier. This is significant because it implies activity on Oak Island, deep underground, well before modern treasure hunters arrived. If these tools were indeed used during the original deposit of the fabled treasure, they represent the most direct evidence yet that something of value may have been intentionally hidden on the island centuries ago. Equally compelling was the discovery of a medieval-era button found on Lot 5, just outside the rounded stone feature that has yielded numerous enigmatic artifacts in past seasons. This particular button, upon analysis, was found to contain arsenical copper, a type of copper alloy consistent with medieval manufacturing techniques. Combined with the other buttons, coins, Phoenician trade beads, and a 14th century barter token already found in the area, this suggests Lot May 5 have served as a landing site, staging ground, or even a place of ritual importance for early visitors. Some believe these visitors may have belonged to secretive religious orders like the Knights Templar or the Knights of Malta, further deepening the historical mystery. The swamp, long a source of curiosity and speculation, also delivered a key breakthrough this season. The uncovering of a brick and slate vault-like structure, alongside multiple man-made pathways and seawalls, underscored the likelihood that the swamp was an engineered feature rather than a natural bog. With dendrochronological testing dating components of the swamp structures to as early as the 1200s and as late as the 1700s, the evidence now supports a long history of activity in the area. The swamp may have served as a maritime transit hub or concealment site, with one theory suggesting it was used to smuggle and bury valuables from ships that made landfall on Lot 5 or the western drumlin. But perhaps the most tantalizing development in the finale was the airlift excavation of the Toddy 1 shaft in the money pit area. This shaft, which had broken through into a large natural cavern known as the Solution Channel, was the focus of intense effort as the team employed high-powered airlifting equipment to bring debris from nearly 200 foot underground to the surface. Among the material recovered were the medieval tools and a curious wooden dowel, a rare construction artifact dated as far back as the 7th century AD. This find is particularly unusual because most prior tunneling activity used metal fasteners. The presence of a wooden dowel may point to a previously unknown construction technique possibly employed by the original depositors of the treasure. All these discoveries have led the team to believe that the treasure, if it exists, may have fallen into the deep pockets of the Solution Channel far below where previous borehole operations had reached. This theory explains why hundreds of holes drilled in the